Oh, shh! It's about to start.
Oh,
Like, oh my god, Mario! Oh my god, Mario! Get your head together!
Oh my god!
You all...
Stop that, Mario!
God.
Like, get it together, Mario! Come
God.
on! Focus on the task and fail!
Mario,
Like,
come on!
you fall in
God.
lava, and they just start
Mario,
going,
come on.
ow, ow, ow! Like, oh my god, Mario, grow up! Grow the fuck
Come
up,
on, Mario!
Mario!
Jump on the Goomba! Get the coins, Mario! Get 100 coins!
Are you all starting
Mario.
this show
Mario.
by patronizing me?
I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here.
Like, oh my god, just sitting there like Mario does. Like, come on, Mario, stop sitting there.
Life is like an evil scheme here on
DuckTales.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ready to Start the QuackCast. Am I right? Or am I right?
You're right.
This is the show where we talk about nonsense for like an hour or two. I'm Ryan Rivety. I'm the host of this little show. Who else is here?
I'm Rosa. I get to eat the whole box of red bean ice cream because my dad hates them.
Very cool.
I'm Soup. Oh, what? I mean, I'm Seep. Oh, that was a mistake.
That's one for the blooper reel.
Uh-oh. Wow. Play the laugh track.
I'm Lou again. It hasn't been that long since I was last on here.
You know, I like to space out the guests sometimes, like for the most part, like making sure it's usually someone different. But there was like no one else I would have asked to be on a DuckTales centric podcast than like I couldn't ask any. I'd feel like bad if I asked anyone else.
All right, no, you don't have to lie to them, Ryan. Okay, guys? I threatened Ryan. I blackmailed her. I was like, if I don't get to talk about DuckTales for an hour, I'm going to kill you. You know, so it's, she was just, trying not to die, which, kind of cringe. But
what?
We do what we can.
What do you mean I'm cringe?
Lou, are you like our fifth Beatle, you think?
What do you... Oh, that makes me feel bad. Why would you say that?
What do you mean makes you feel bad?
Explain.
Well, it's just like, like you're not an official member, but
right.
like, I mean, you keep popping up here.
You know what? See,
you've had like the most appearances.
I think
so
it's between
true.
it's
so true, bestie.
I think Lou, Renee, and Gwen have all been on here like I think 3 or 4 times now.
I think Lou's got all beat.
I think Lou has the most. I think.
Yeah, fans, come on, tell us. I feel like I was kind of the fifth Beatle of your monkey podcast.
That's true.
You know what? You were. So I think it's only fair that I get to be the fifth Beatle now.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact you're calling us a Beatle. That implies there's a polycule going on.
I
don't call it some polycule.
Back from that.
Hold on.
Now I get to be the fifth Beatle. Cool surprise. Welcome to a very bird-centric episode, and by that I mean there's 2 news topics and they both involve bird characters.
We should have started the podcast going like,
Like,
Well,
oh
we
my
didn't think
god,
that far
birds, get it together.
We're gonna-
Just squawk and fly, eat beans.
We're gonna
Be like crows.
God.
we're gonna like check Twitter in the middle of the show, like they'll launch like a new Bob's Burger art style bird show.
we were talking about last time. That's what they need to do. They need to get out of their shell of making just like family centric in just a different location. They need to start making like a furry show or something, like anthropomorphic animals. I want that. That'd be fun.
Also, they also have like other news of iCarly.
What?
What about
What's that?
iCarly?
They have the new like sneak iCarly.
I'm gonna level with you. I didn't know that.
It's like a Viacom shareholder meeting thing they did.
They're
But they
making
also
more
had like a
iCarly?
little.
You didn't even know they were making it?
No, I didn't know that at all.
They really they're going in on this. They did like a video preview where like they showed the Nathan Miranda and what's his name? Let's just call him Spencer getting together. Yeah, Doug Puppy, and they're getting together to like getting ready to like tell everyone like, oh, don't let them. Oh, we're doing the show, Yeah, Jerry Trainer. Thank you.
It's really funny. Well, not funny. It's really kind of embarrassing they have to tiptoe around the fact that Jeanette McCurdy is never going to do anything ever again because of the show, because she had a miserable experience.
I don't listen. Everyone thinks of iCarly fondly, I guess, because it's in their childhood and whatnot. I remember getting into a verbal argument with my little sister because I said iCarly was stupid.
Ooh.
And she got very mad at me. And now, looking back on it, I think that maybe, perhaps, in some instances, I was a little too hard on iCarly. But then I look at some of the, just blatantly racist shit in it, and I go, you know what? I wasn't too hard on iCarly.
Yeah. I did watch a video on it the other day about
Ooh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Schneider, something's wrong at Schneider's Bakery again.
I haven't watched that show in years, but I remember seeing a tweet, I think from Quentin Review or something, saying he was rewatching the show, and there was a really blatant episode about an autistic kid who they thought was annoying. It's okay, well.
Oh boy,
that's
so great.
I can't wait for his video on that show, because the thing he's been talking about episodes he's watching, and there's a lot of stuff that I either never saw or don't remember, or I was even too young to pick up on. It's just oh, that's weird.
I feel like
a lot of his shows were like that.
Yeah.
I even remember, and Victoria's rewatcher was some weird some I know the stuff with the grandmother is pretty fucked up.
Mm-hmm. I think even those your Drake and Josh and things like that have a weird air to some of their episodes.
I guess again, I can see why people remember them fondly when it comes to the surreal bits. Again, these are surreal fucking shows for some reason. For some reason they had some sort of affair or subplot in Victoria's that never gets elaborated on.
An affair?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, not only Tori's mom is a fucked up mom, she doesn't give a shit about her kids.
Oh no.
But apparently she was it implied that she was cheating. She was having an affair with her husband's partner.
Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide.
That show never let us down.
I don't. Disclaimer: I have not watched Ned's Declassified in quite a long time.
That show has. I don't know why I can't remember his name.
What was her name?
Was
Mowgli?
Cosmo.
What's the name of the girl?
Mowgli?
Mowgli?
Remember Cowboy Cookie?
Oh, I
always thought it was cool that the love interest was like a tall girl. Ned was this little shrimp.
When I was 13, I thought Cowboy Cookie was the funniest joke in any show ever, and I'd play it all the time to my friends.
Should I watch that show again? I don't remember anything about it.
Maybe it might be worth it.
It's a crazy. I remember it was kind of crazy. It's like a cartoon show.
It was as surreal as the iCarlys and whatnot. I actually think it came before iCarly.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of weird and very cartoonish in real life. But it was a fun time. I remember a good amount of it. Like the coconut head and whatnot, and Mowgli, the gang.
Cowboy Cookie, the police don't scare him. Cowboy Cookie,
at very least, no one in that show was trying to kill each other.
Yeah, it's a very well. There was a bully character. I liked the janitor a lot. He was funny.
Oh yeah, he was
Timmy Turner's dad character.
No, okay, so him and the fair were always fighting with each other. So
yes.
Tuca and Birdie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where are we going with this?
So, if you're not aware of the hit show Tuca and Birdie, it's by kind of the same crew as BoJack Horseman, and it was on Netflix, and it's a really fun, enjoyable show. And Netflix sucks; they canceled it after one season. So Adult Swim swooped in and said, "No, fuck you," and they took it, and now it's gonna be on Adult Swim. And they released a preview for it, the Adult Swim season, and it looks fun, and I'm glad it's coming back.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched that show yet, so I'm really confused about why Tuca's having sex with everyone.
Tuca just does that.
Yeah.
Having sex?
Well, what I really liked about Tuca and Birdie is you can very obviously tell it's written by women.
Yeah.
Like I really like BoJack Horseman. I think it's a really fantastic show. I think what everyone says about it, at the very least, is it does have to rely a lot on the kind of like Family Guy humor to kind of ease you into its
Yeah.
more surreal kind of
Yeah.
dramatic episodes. And even then, even in the later seasons, I think it's better towards like the end, but even in the kind of middle, you still get a little bit of that still in there because they're like very desperate to keep this show going. So they gotta have to, appeal to that kind of crowd of adult animation fans.
Mm.
And then you get to Tuca and Birdie, and it's like surreal and funny and just kind of like weird, and the characters are really like likable, and it's just
Oh, it's super
it's
fun.
got it's got a little raunchiness to it, but not in the same way, if that makes sense.
It's raunchy and more in a way like you would joke about with your friends than like Family Guy raunchiness, I would say.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I get that.
I really enjoy how much it kind of embraces the fact that it's a cartoon. There's a lot of just kind of weird characters, and there's like a lot of weird background sets, and there's a lot of fun just animation gags. They do a lot of medium changes too, like they do like flashbacks, it'll be like in a different style, and I like that. But I also like that on top of that, there's like more, kind of adult storylines for adults in there too. It's a good mix of like everything, I would say, for the most part.
Yeah, there's moments where they're dealing with like trauma, like and you get a lot of that in BoJack Horseman too. So it's just nice to see it like a little bit more just in a different context. You get like some of the background characters are just like plant people.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. It's fun.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for season 2.
Yeah, honestly, for me, it's like one of my favorite shows that I never talk about. But yeah, I mean, I think if you've never seen it, like you might look at it and think it's like sort of like a BoJack kind of thing, and it does have a lot in common with BoJack, I think, but it's definitely like it's a different creator. It's the same like art style and like animation, in a lot of ways, but yeah, it just has such it feels very fresh. I think it's definitely a show like that you should check out. Yeah.
It's one of those shows. It's kind of like Midnight Gospel adjacent in terms of, like, it's just something like it's kind of one of those shows I would want out of animation that like indulges in the medium, but also then tells stories for someone my age, which is stuff I've been yearning for, to say the least.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You know what? I still haven't watched all of Midnight Gospel. I watched the first 5 minutes and I was like, I don't know. And then I never gave it another try.
It's not for everyone, for sure. It's very weird.
Yeah,
I don't even know exactly what it was. It wasn't that it was weird. I don't know what it was that I was just like, eh.
I think it's definitely something for me that like it took me a few episodes to really get what it was doing exactly, and I think if you're able to get on board with it, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta try it again. Like I didn't really I didn't give it really a fair shake, but also there's like 10 million other things I have to watch.
Yeah.
I just watched Breaking Bad for the first time like this year, so I'm catching up. I'm getting to it.
I feel like with like Tuca and Birdie and Midnight Gospel and Infinity Train too, I feel like we're slowly on a path of stuff I've been really wanting out of animation, which is kind of weird experimental stuff and then more story based stuff for people our age. We're slowly getting there. The train is chugging for stuff I would want. The Infinity Train is chugging.
Yeah, it's like we're getting like a mixture of, because I feel like a lot of like kid direct, what's the shows made for kids. Like I think a lot of shows made for kids are less afraid to get like weird and experimental in a way. Definitely like in like a like post Adventure Time sense.
For sure.
And then a lot of adult animation would be defined by sort of more rigidness.
Peter!
Yeah. If you look at like the Fox lineup, there's a lot of like, I think there's definitely like a checklist of things that you have to get if you want to be on that programming block. Like you
Mhm.
basically have to be like a Simpsons clone. So yeah, it's really cool to get things that are like you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. You get the brains and the brawn.
I feel like they've slowly started realizing with stuff like Adventure Time and like Gravity Falls and Steven and BoJack and all of that there's like an audience for like this kind of more story or adult focused animation.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're starting to notice that people are like there were so many people who jumped on the basically Family Guy train as soon as it started taking off, in much the same way that people jumped on the Simpsons train. Uh, but now I think it's getting to the point where there's so many like Family Guy, Simpsons copycats that they're just merging together in terms of like style. So it really takes something like BoJack Horseman or Tuca and Birdie to really make people go, "Oh, that's new."
There's like 3 different shows that look exactly like Bob's Burgers airing right now.
Oh yeah, like I'm sure that they're I mean, I guess Seep would know more about them, but I'm sure that they're lovely and they're funny and they're people care about them. But when you look at it, you're just like it's just Bob's Burgers again, but a little different.
Unlike Milo Murphy's Law, which was not like anything else, it was a creature upon itself.
Damn, Pickle Rick! Yeah, let's go.
What are you talking about? We're not.
I didn't even, what? I didn't even once think about Rick and Morty, which I have my opinions on that show, but I don't really want to talk about Rick and Morty.
I think at the very least,
Bouquet is an American politician who has served as the United States Secretary of Transportation since February 3rd. He was previously the 32nd mayor.
You don't need to read all that,
I
Ryan.
need to.
What is that?
The Wikipedia entry on Peter.
PETA?
Go on, Seep, sorry.
I don't know.
It got
Whatever.
scared.
I can think of it as Pete Booty.
Pete
Wow.
Booty!
Pete Booty Bob.
So yeah, somebody brings up a good question here. See, what's Duncanville a clone of?
What is it, a clone of?
Yeah, like what's it ripping off of?
Well, it's a sequel to The Mighty Bee, spiritually.
Okay.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. It's Amy Poehler's second dip into the world of animation.
You're kind of right.
Well, hold on.
Yeah,
If it's the sequel to Mighty Bee, I think this is the biggest downgrade any sequel's ever had ever.
Whoa.
Wow.
Can we calm down a little?
Absolutely not.
You're saying this on the year of season 2 of Duncanville?
Wait, when does season 2 come out?
It's in May.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. This was on our last show.
I didn't listen. Some fifth Beatle I am. I was at work.
Wow.
No more Beatles preferences. There's no polycule going on.
No more Beatles.
No more Beatles. You mean blah.
No more Bandicoots. No more Wumpa Fruits. No more gems.
No more Beatles get kicked out of the polycule.
Can we talk about Orange Bird?
Hold on, I want to say one more thing because I totally forgot they announced Infinity Train Book 4. I forgot that was.
Oh,
That was
shit! That's right.
that was during this cycle of podcasts, not the last one. I'm very excited for that.
Right?
Did we?
Oh,
Was that
wait, they
one?
showed the trailer.
Yeah.
We had the announcement, but we didn't see the trailer yet.
There's a character named Ryan in it, and I'm mad because this if the one I'm thinking of is named Ryan, I'm a little upset because they kind of look like me and it's pissing me off.
What trailer?
The Infinity Train Book 4 trailer, there's a character named
Oh,
Ryan.
yeah.
And if it's the one, if I don't know which one's Ryan, but if it's the one like brunette hair, I'm mad because they look like me.
Well, you know.
It looks good though. I'm super pumped. I think the idea of having two BFFs board the train together, that's exciting.
Yeah. I wonder where they're like taking it. I don't know. It's kind of a show that you can kind of do whatever, just because they're like the stories don't have to be like between books don't have to be like directly connected to one another.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm
So,
curious
like-
if they're gonna try and do like some big, like as well as the personal, struggles that the two characters go through. If they're gonna try and do something big to like something to wrap up about the train, like in general, or if they're just gonna
Yeah.
leave it open ended as usual.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's interesting because they didn't really show any of like kind of the characters from previous seasons in this trailer. Like it was almost exclusively just new characters. Like Amelia wasn't in it. You didn't see any 1-1 or anything. You didn't see you didn't really see anyone. So it's interesting.
Or not even Alan Dracula.
Not even
Not
Alan
even
Dracula.
Alan
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I think people started getting savvy to like how they sort of do things.
Yeah,
So they're like
Mhm.
they flipped it up on us. So yeah.
I'm excited. I'll take anything the series does because it's almost all been very interesting and fun. Eileen in this one from regular show.
So yeah.
She
Oh,
plays
that's right.
Eileen.
she plays the Optic Show character.
She has a name.
I can't wait for her to lay turtle eggs.
What?
Look, Rigby. My
Oh
turtle.
right. Did that happen?
Yeah, regular
What?
show. Remember, like they go to
Yeah.
like the zoo and Eileen gets like in the turtle egg pit and starts talking about it, and Rigby gets pissed off.
Did they turn into turtles and like lay eggs?
No,
What?
no. What happened was they go to the beach. They were going to see the sea turtles, and then they realized some rich people were like,
Oh yeah,
Stealing sea turtles.
the episode
Right.
where the turtles fucking kill all the rich people and the cops.
That's right.
That's a badass episode where all the turtles just consume like the wealthy people.
nature is healing. That's like the equivalent of like giving monkeys guns and ending deforestation.
It is. Apes will rise.
So
Hashtag.
before Luke talks about Orange Bird, does anyone have any final thoughts on Tuca or Birdie or Infinity Train?
What was that?
Any final thoughts on Tuca and Birdie and Infinity Train? Just like older.
One more time.
Yeah, can you say that one more time?
Before we move on, does anyone have any final thoughts on Infinity Train, Tuca and Birdie, and like adult animation in general?
I got a question.
Yeah.
Can you go get me more popcorn, please?
What?
Can you get
Make
more
sure you
popcorn?
butter it.
Can you please go and get me more popcorn, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
All right.
Don't forget the nachos.
Luke, talk about Orange Bird while I get Rosa popcorn.
Okay, so when I say orange bird, what is it? What is the image that pops into your head? I just want you to visualize what you think. Okay.
Fringelet.
Well, that's a bit rude, but I'll take it.
I know what I'm
Fringelet.
thinking of. I know what I'm thinking of.
What do you? Okay, see if you can explain it to me.
I'm thinking of that bird that has like the ball on his head. You know?
Okay, like
It's
Baby Donald Duck.
it's a type of bird. It's like a tropical bird. I think it's an orange bird and it has like a big fluffy like ball on its head. It looks
right,
weird.
yeah, okay.
Here's your popcorn,
All right.
Rosa.
Oh,
Thank
welcome back,
you.
Ryan. Did you get that picture of orange bird that I faxed to you?
Oh, let me
On your fax machine.
Oh yeah, let me dial that up. Like someone make better computer noises than me. Oh, okay, here we go. It's coming out. All right, there we go. Yeah, here it is.
Okay. So this is Orange Bird. It's my new best friend I just discovered. Orange Bird.
Looks pretty cringe.
You know what? I don't need your negativity right now. I loved Orange Bird. Orange Bird is. I loved him and then he died. Anyway, Orange Bird. He was created to I guess improve relationships between the Florida Orange Committee and Disney World. And then he was largely forgotten. He was made in like the 70s or the 40s or somewhere between there. And he was made like a really long time ago. And he
I feel like I'm losing it. I don't know what's going on. I really
And
like between like
Orange
this and like the chat right now. I don't know what's happening.
Orange Bird, he was forgotten for so long, and then I guess in true Tokyo Disney fashion, they discovered him the Tokyo Disney park goers discovered the orange bird and thought he was very cute, and they revived him from basically the dead, and now he is on multiple merchandising things, specifically in like I think he makes a big appearance in the like flower festival of Epcot. And he's like a whole thing. Like if you look this guy up on eBay, you will find so much Orange Bird stuff. It's so amazing. I love him. I wish he would come home, but I know that he's gone, and I have to get over it. But I'll always be thinking of Orange Bird.
You know what I realized about Orange Bird?
Yeah.
Orange Bird looks like a Pablo squishy after modification.
After modification by Mariah Elizabeth.
If he's so forgotten, why wasn't he an Epic Mickey?
He was dust by the time they got around to planning Epic Mickey.
And Oswald the Lucky Rabbit wasn't.
But no, it's just very funny to me because, like, for some reason, Tokyo Disney, like, park goers, they just really like reviving, like, dead birds. There is a huge, like, Panchito and Jose fandom in Japan, and, like, they have their own little, like, mascot area, and they appear regularly in parades and have, like, different outfits and stuff. And I just don't know why they like birds so much over there in Tokyo Disney, but I'm very thankful for it.
They really do love reviving fruity birds.
Sorry, that really got me.
It does look like Pablo from Backyardigans.
So true, bestie.
On Backyardigans, did he have the same voice as Aang the Avatar?
Yeah.
I'm gonna level with you. See, I have not watched the Backyardigans since I was 6.
You remember it.
Yeah, Ryan, here's a quick test. Name all the Backyardigans right now.
All right,
nobody help her.
All right, there's Pablo, there's Austin, there's Tyrone, there's Uniqua. I don't know the 5th one.
I don't either, actually.
You're out of polycule.
Gloria.
Guess I should have seen that coming.
How did y'all forget Tasha? I'm so mad at you.
I don't know.
That was close.
No, it was not.
Okay.
But that's all I had to say. I just wanted more people to know about Orange Bird, because when I saw him for the first time about a week ago, I was so taken aback by him and how cute he was. And I just couldn't believe I just never noticed him before. So there you go, my public service, introducing everybody to Orange Bird.
I'm glad. He'll be in Epic Mickey 3. They'll definitely make that game. I'll just say, just before we move on to DuckTales, Epic Mickey's a game I never want to replay because I think the magic will be dead.
Yeah.
I'll have to realize the game wasn't very good.
You want to know that something, when I got the Wii U, I got what? Hold on, I just got very distracted by Gloria. With the Wii, God no! I'm sorry, her butt was so big.
You can move on.
The Wii U was coming out. I mean, like,
okay.
God damn, okay.
That's where the baby is.
What?
Oh no. Oh.
Remember how she was supposed to be pregnant?
We can't talk about that right now. We're talking about the Wii U.
When the Wii U came out, I got it when it first came out, which was a mistake, and there was 3 games for it, and one was Epic Mickey 2, and I got it, and I was playing it with my little sister, and we got stuck in a room about 10 minutes into the game, and we couldn't for the life of us figure out how to get out of the room, but we couldn't look anything up because the game just came out and there was no guide because nobody cares about Epic Mickey 2, and we never played it again, and we sold it a month later.
I think I had the same experience with Epic Mickey for the original Wii. I never beat it as a kid. I got to the last area and I was too confused to beat it.
Oh,
It was just so confusing. We couldn't figure out how to like advance in the game, and it was the most frustrating thing.
Can I just say, like,
Oh.
Epic Mickey, I think, is just in general probably way too bold of a concept for like a game starring Mickey Mouse.
You can never do anything with Mickey.
There was no way that game was ever going to live up to like its full potential ever.
No.
Because you can't make a game where Mickey Mouse is a renegade asshole who abandons everyone. Disney, so like that morality system means nothing. You can't go too crazy or deep on cut characters. You can't make anything too wild. That game was never gonna like live up to like the concept art potential like they got leaked early on. There was no way.
Oh no.
What about all of Kingdom Hearts?
Kingdom Hearts is different.
What
That
about
operates on its own wavelength.
It really does. It's the thing.
But Mickey in Kingdom Hearts, at the very least, is still treated like a hero and like a good guy.
except
You
when he
can't
killed
really,
Yoda.
yeah, except for what? What?
When he killed Yoda in Death Battle.
He did that? Wow. You know,
I shouldn't have
mean,
spoiled that. Oh shoot.
that's kind of exciting. I mean, good for
It was a
Mickey.
mutual battle.
Yeah.
We're talking
Let's
about.
forget.
Oh, go on.
Let's not think about the war crimes base Mickey did.
Based Mickey.
Based? Oh, wait, based on what?
How does pestering us to talk about the big renewal?
Peppa Pig renewal? What do you want me to say about it?
Wait, what?
Is that Lady Goma Sue again?
The
Ooh?
top
What?
5 most abysmal Peppa Pig episodes. Well, before
Okay,
I get started on my list, I just want to say this is my silly little opinion. Sorry.
Imagine being the only 2 people in the world that has blood out for Peppa.
Who are the 2 people who have blood out for Peppa? What did Peppa do?
It's Phantom Strider and Animat.
No, I was gonna
Was
remember the
it that?
lady who tried to sue them for like having the same name as her.
I did not know that somebody tried that, but it doesn't surprise me.
Not sure it was a lawsuit, but there was something going on with that.
So-
Didn't Peppa have like a soundtrack or something, like a
Yeah.
album?
Yeah.
I'm proud of her.
Do you think what do you think will happen in the next season of Peppa Pig? Any speculation?
I guess 'cause I'm not British. I feel like British people hate Peppa Pig. But like I don't know. I feel like I don't care about Peppa Pig. Some people hate Peppa Pig. I don't have it in me to hate Peppa Pig.
I can't hate any baby show character. I don't care.
Would they make another anime reference?
Did they make an anime? Why do
They
you know
did.
so much about Peppa Pig?
It was on the computer. I saw it too. I forgot what
It
anime
was
it
on the
was.
computer, so
But it was pretty based, so
Whoa, is the Peppa Pig crew kind of based? What? Yeah.
I just want to live in a world where, like, actually, I don't want to live in this world, but I still want to talk about this concept. I just realized how bad this would be. What if Peppa Pig had the same like fandom and passion and like fever that My Little Pony Friendship is Magic had, and people were making like,
Yeah.
like there was like a Peppa Pig con, and like you could go there and there's like people, they're Peppa Pig sonas and people making custom plushes, and it like people took it like really like seriously, and they're like, wow, season 14 of Peppa Pig really went downhill.
Technically,
What they were doing.
I mean,
technically,
yeah.
Technically, there's like this subset. There's this like Peppa Pig subset fandom or whatever of like, for some reason, based on like these 2 Roblox themes where like there are weird evil animatronics chasing you down or something.
I
I
was
don't know
gonna
what's going on there, but I know that exists.
I was gonna say everything you just described exists. It's the Thomas the Tank Engine fandom that exists.
Oh god, you're right.
I remember watching this video about like, oh, the evil haunted Thomas train, and there's just Sonic the Hedgehog waiting at the stations.
I wish Sonic the Hedgehog wasn't Thomas the Tank Engine.
Didn't people get really mad about like the new Thomas the Train coming out?
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about that.
How can
Did
you
we?
get so mad?
It feels like something we talked
I'm 22. I turned 22 in 3 days. I can't care that they made Thomas the Tank into a CalArts kidney bean smile character. I don't care.
I'm almost
I was
24.
I was talking to a coworker, and we were talking about how like Blue's Clues had like changed hosts a few times, and then she's like, "Oh, do you know the new Dora has a cell phone? I'm not letting my kid watch that trash." And I was like, "Why do you care if Dora has a cell phone? I don't care if the Explorer has a cell phone. She probably needs one. She gets into danger so often."
Caillou's gonna meet a gay kid in like Caillou the Revival, and everyone's gonna be like, "I can't believe Caillou would do this. I used to love Caillou."
like as if this coworker of mine has actually sat down and watched an episode of Dora in like the last 10 years. Like, why would she care what Dora's doing?
I like how you're literally we're getting close to the Mr. Potato Head canceled incident.
I don't even want to talk about.
I don't
anything.
either.
Like, I swear to God.
The Caillou I knew loved was a spoken homophobe.
Now, which Caillou? Like, which Caillou?
Minecraft Caillou.
No, there's two different Cailloux. Which one, the Go Anime Caillou or like the other Go Anime Caillou?
Oh yeah,
It's all the
Caillou,
same.
Caillou and classic Caillou.
Caillou Generations?
Yeah. So how I told the story, you know how like kids will make like grounded videos and Go Anime and all that?
Yeah.
You know, like one of the main things they would always ground was Caillou. Like Caillou would be like the main grounded character or whatever.
Yeah.
After a while, the kids making those grounded videos started feeling bad for Caillou, so they made a separate character named Classic Caillou, who's the same character but with a gray shirt, and now he gets grounded instead.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Classic Caillou?
Yeah.
Just like, they're gonna make a game called Caillou Generations. You can have classic Caillou and
I can't believe they forced
Caillou.
I can't believe they forced classic Caillou into Caillou Forces.
They're Caillou Sonas.
God, we're
Caillou Mania just blew all the classic Caillou gameplay and Caillou Forces out of the Caillou water.
We need to talk about DuckTales already. We can't keep doing
Caillou's
this.
always had a bit of a rocky history. Yeah, I'm ready to talk about DuckTales.
Alright, so just a heads up, if you care about DuckTales and you haven't watched the finale yet, we're gonna be spoiling out of the gate. We're gonna be talking about everything.
What's your Kangaroo Jack on the screen?
That's the Backyardigans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't you recognize them?
So I'm gonna put this on screen. I'm gonna keep it there, and you can keep. If you care, you can like mute us and then tap back when this is like off screen. That's how we'll know we're done talking about it.
Like outlines.
It's fine. They can notice it.
Make it bigger. Make it like huge.
Why are you criticizing
write it
Ryan?
like 50 times. Because this is serious. This is a series finale. If we ruin this for anyone, our show is over.
I think it's good enough.
Our show is
Put it.
Edit Donald Duck with like the boner.
No.
Put it in all caps so people know.
Or add
it's
in like the
serious.
Brit. Okay, add in one image of Brittany I sent you. No one will get it, but I will.
Are you all happy? I'll do it, Seepwater. I'm not putting Boner Donald Duck on screen.
You know that Boner Donald Duck is from Saludos Amigos, the first film appearance of Jose Carioca from the Three Caballeros fame.
I like how putting all caps maybe had to make it smaller because it was taking up more space.
You could have done it in a new line. You are not trying right now. You don't care about the DuckTales fans out there. They're gonna click on this. They're gonna be like,
Oh, podcast. Oh, what's this ready to start the podcast? Well, I guess I have a little time to kill before I do my nightly screening of the new DuckTales.
You know?
Yeah,
You know what I really liked?
yeah.
That Donald's first boner came from the Caballeros.
Brian, I have an idea. Why don't you copy the DuckTales spoiler talk and then paste it a few times around
I'm doing
the screen?
that. I'll do it
yeah,
all for you.
Yeah. That's
There
a
we go.
perfect idea. Brilliant.
All right.
Thanks, bestie.
Now, before we get to kind of more specifics, what is everyone's just kind of general vibe on the finale? What would you describe it as briefly?
In a word,
Undertale.
Yeah.
you know, a proper. I think it's a proper ending.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, that I mean, I'm ready to talk about this in kind of like a more series as a whole, but in terms of the finale, like I think it definitely it was satisfactory. It definitely made me feel like, oh man, kind of wish there was more.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's how I described it. There's some finales that make me like I finished like, okay, there doesn't need to be more of this. This is completely fine. I wouldn't call this one of those finales. I left this like going, I want more of this show. This isn't. This feels like this should be more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you watch a Gravity Falls finale and you're like, wow, that completed the story and all the overarching story after all these seasons, it's done. But DuckTales is a very like the finales are very based on like season to season, and while this one felt very complete and gave a lot of characters like more final endings or a good status quo to reach, you're still like, man, I still would like to see these guys go on adventures still. Like they left it open-ended so that it's implied that that's what they still do. So it's like, I want to see that.
I think
back in.
I get there's a lot of things in this finale that gave me the vibe. They were kind of like trying to get people to want more in general, like so Disney would like reconsider. Because like in particular, Steelbeak and the Phantom Blot just kind of get away. They just kind of fuck off. They introduced like 2 big new characters. I feel like they specifically put Gosselin and Darkwing Duck in this finale, even though they've only been like in 2 episodes before, to like make people want more of them.
Yeah, I think I'm very curious about, not to get too off topic, the Darkwing Duck reboot that they're eventually going to do, and if they're going to pull from this show or make their own kind of reboot. But I did absolutely notice the characters that they let live in the villains. Like, okay, I want to talk about the body count like really quickly.
I do it.
The death in this show that absolutely just like made me like open my mouth and go, oh, that.
Sad about what happened to Aaron, but it happens,
Black Heron's death. Yeah, she dies, and like the villain. He makes this kind of device that basically just erases you from existence, and he wants to use it on Scrooge and his family because their adventuring is too dangerous, yada yada. And Scrooge is like, okay, but you can't erase everything unpredictable, otherwise you'd have to erase your lackeys. And he just like picks up the like background buzzards he hangs out with, like fucking throws them in the fucking machine, no dialogue at all, and then he just kind of shoves Black Heron, and she's like, huh, well done, Bradford. And then she dies. And I was like, oh my god, she's dead.
I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about Aaron Hansen. There was like 2 ducks that looked like Danny and Aaron, and then like he just chose Aaron in there.
Whatever. I feel like you could be making that up.
Don Carnage fucking probably died too, because the last time you see him, Dewey Duck shoots his plane down, and then he crashes and explodes, and you never see him again.
Yeah, like Steelbeak just runs off. Phantom Blot like also kind of runs off, and like they get to live, so it makes me think they're maybe going to use them again. But it's kind of it's definitely the Buzzards and Heron. Like they for sure died. Don Carnage like maybe died, like high possibility, which is sad because he was so sexy, and I'll miss him.
He's gonna come back looking like Big Boss.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But nobody that I like. I didn't think they were going. Like everyone was theorizing that they were going to like kill Scrooge or something.
No, Disney would not let them. They already got away with like a shocking amount with Scrooge in this episode. They weren't going to kill him though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they unkilled someone though.
Let's talk about that. What is your feeling on the twist that Webby Duck is a clone of Scrooge McDuck?
I kind of like love it, and also like it feels both like planned but also out of nowhere at the same time, which is an interesting position to be, because Webby was always the more competent like of the kids who like was a natural adventurer, like knew a lot about Scrooge. There was a lot of like parallels between them in a way. They had one of my favorite episodes is one where they're like, it's just Scrooge and Webby on an adventure, and they get to like talk more, and he's like, I don't really know a lot about you, and she's like, well, you never really tried to talk to me, and they have a really nice moment, and it's cool, and it's like, oh, this kind of fits,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just watched this like an hour ago, like right before the show started,
Yeah.
I feel like I'd want it to simmer a little, just because it's something that sort of it comes up, but because the show is ended, it's sort of like it sort of leaves you to reckon with it yourself.
Yeah, there's not a lot of downtime in this. Like every single minute of this like hour-long special is filled with something. There's not a lot of like down breathing time in this. Like soak some things in.
Yeah, it's very stuff, but it's no turkey.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a duck.
When the episode action, like when the action of the episode finally stops, like all like the intense action, there's like 2 minutes of the episode left. Like it doesn't stop till the very end.
Oh yeah.
You know, they were fighting till the end.
Yeah,
You are my best friend.
Yeah.
God damn it. If I had one, like, so I have like 2 categories of complaints or problems with the episode. There's 2 categories. One is stuff I consider out of this episode's control, like stuff that happened due to like the ending being thrusted upon them and not having like time to like kind of, you know, account for that. One of them is like Gandra. I feel like is such a weird character because I feel like there's like an episode starring her that is missing that never happened.
Oh yeah, I could talk all day about Gandra. I have a lot of probably not favorable opinions about her. I know that y'all don't dip your toes into the DuckTales fandom, but let me just give you like a peek.
Okay.
The DuckTales fandom loves Gandra, which is fine. I don't care about that. That's fine, whatever. But they love her to an absurd amount where they just imagined things about her that never happened in the show. Like, if you look at her in the show, she at most has like her introduction episode, which is kind of lame in my opinion. I think she's written really lamely.
Yeah.
And then her next major appearance is like towards the end of season 3, where it feels like she had like a character arc off screen. Yeah. And suddenly she's like a different character that we're just supposed to like accept that happened.
Yeah.
But
it's very funny.
Time, they're like Fenton's his girlfriend, so she gets to be like in the final like ending credits scene.
I was gonna say I don't want to be salty or anything, but I feel like Penumbra was a very important character in the plot, and she just gets like fucked off to the side for this entire episode. I'm like, what do you mean? I don't get anything.
Well, and that's the thing is like I think that is part of just the like the fact that this season was kind of like it has to end now.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit, we didn't really get to do what we wanted to do in terms of setting Fenton and Gandra up. So it's like the literal last time you see Gandra and Fenton interact before they're a couple, like Fenton's like, she's kind of evil, but like maybe with, you know, if we talked more, we could like, you know, figure something out because I think she's good deep inside. And then the very next time you see that, after that, that's like a whole nother season later, the first interaction they have is they're kissing. And you're like, what happened? Where did this come from?
There's a few things like that just feel like they didn't get enough time. Like I would say like the Phantom Blot and his like character, like that girl he's like friends with now. Yeah, like that doesn't really ever come to like any sort of like major conclusion. She's in this episode, but like there's nothing that really comes of it, I would say.
Right. Yeah. And I like her. I think she's funny.
No, she is.
I think you could just very obviously tell how much the creators adore Manny and just wanted him to have like an epic moment.
You know what? I think they were valid for that.
No, I love Manny. He's great. The headless horse man. No, the headless horse. Man horse.
So like, yeah,
Manny fans, you have something.
You can tell like just a few characters like they had to. I said this earlier. I think they had to be very choosy with who they put in this. Like they had to have like the main cast. Like you had to have like Donald and his family, and like, you know, you had to have Miss Beakley. You couldn't have it without like Launchpad. And then like I feel like some other characters were chosen because the show didn't have a lot of time left, and they had to like give them a moment. Like I think specifically Goslin and Darkwing were in this episode because of that. Because like they're not super important in the grand scheme of the show, but like they needed something near the end. Same with like Boyd and all that. So I get why they choose who they did. But then there's like weird. It's like I don't think Goldie got any sort of wrap up in the show whatsoever.
No, and her last spoken line is her like I think calling Scrooge to tell him that like the Fountain of Youth has been like pilfered or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you see her in a cage at the end, and then you see her free in the big group shot.
Mark Beak doesn't even appear in this episode, which is funny.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't appear a single time.
He's been dead for maybe slowly years.
But again, I consider that category of complaints that are more due to like on Disney's part because they didn't have the time to do what they wanted. That stuff,
yeah,
I'd say is more on Disney. If there's an actual like complaint I have this episode for sure, the Donald Della subplot is really fucking like weird. Like they start it and then it like wraps up 20 minutes in and they bring it up again like 10 minutes later and then it doesn't get any sort of conclusion after that.
It kind of just gets I think it's in terms of all the plot shit going on in this episode, it's like plot Z.
Yeah.
It's very briefly mentioned. I think it's funny noticing which characters they specifically like wanted to make an appearance at Webby's birthday party, but didn't want them to come on the spy adventure. Like Gladstone and Feathery and Daisy are there. Jose and Panchito are there.
They didn't even fucking invite Penumbra to that party.
They did not. Penumbra was not at the party.
They didn't even they give me nothing. They didn't even put her in the background of the party.
But they did put her in the background twice in that one.
They did.
Too hurt to say sorry.
I need to put that image on screen. There's an
Wait, you're gonna ruin it. That's a spoiler.
It's zoom in on specifically the two Penumbras.
Yeah, okay, hold on. There's a shot in this like final scene where right behind Launchpad, let me zoom in on it. You can see fucking two different Penumbras.
Oh my! You screwed it up.
Yeah, whatever.
Thing on the screen.
Whatever. You can see them. They're right there.
This is completely. Stop! We had the spoiler thing on the screen.
But I want everyone to see the two of them.
Can I get like a kind of cringe moment? Not kind of cringe, pretty cringe.
Okay, there's two of them.
Or something.
You sound so distressed.
Look, there's the rescue rangers. Do you see them?
Oh,
You don't even see them. You just see their ship. I
No one's in there.
I didn't have the rights to put them in the ship.
Come on, you're ruining this. It's like completely contradictory to the whole reason why we had DuckTales spoilers on the screen.
Look how small Jose is.
Yeah, look at how small. Go over to him.
Yeah, just pan over the whole image.
Look at, he's like Mario, like hit by Goomba size in this image.
Can you put look? It's not too much of a spoiler to put the cage image, right?
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
put the cage image?
I'll put the cage image on screen.
Oh yeah, that's the Undertale moment.
Why is it the Undertale moment?
I couldn't find the cage image for a second.
You're not gonna get an answer. Well, you're not gonna get it. If you ask Rosa a question like
no, I do have an explanation for this, you know. All right, so again, spoilers, but like this is when Launchpad was having like his final moments in battle.
Final moment.
You know,
Like
all the soldiers were around. He was near death. He's like, I can't do this. And then the screen, everyone starts saying, "You inspired us to be a hero," you know. And
No,
everyone just like talk, and it's like, yeah. It's an certified Undertale moment. Yeah, thank you.
I get it. Okay. All right.
I get it. Yeah, go ahead and put that.
I'll say that just removing the Undertale moment, like wording aside, that was a very good moment. I like that moment a lot.
Oh yeah, that was like I think that might have been my favorite moment. Like that was really good. I almost cried.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
It really gave me the same feel like it did in Undertale. You know.
Okay.
That's why I compared it.
It's true. It's like Launchpad's the guy with the big heart, and I like they kind of wrap it all together with like, look at all because you don't really think about it, but he does like help a lot of people throughout the show, and like is very kind to a lot of people, and like and I was like, oh, he did do all of that, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was there in that episode where Fenton became Gizmo Duck for the first time. Like that was a Launchpad Fenton episode, and he was like he like inspired him to be a hero. And then at the same, and then Darkwing Duck, that was him essentially. And it was like, wow, Launchpad's always offering a helping hand, just being. He's a guy you can. He crashes and he makes a mess, but you can rely on him. You can rely on Launchpad.
Yeah. He's so trusty. He's just a great friend.
It was a very earnestly sweet little moment that I didn't think would be in this episode, and I'm glad it was.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it.
Honey.
Yeah.
Can you put in like remote fonts of Jose that says fruit?
What?
Can you put in like colorful fonts of a Jose that says fruit?
Yeah, sure. Anything for you.
Thank you. But let's talk about
What?
May and
What?
June.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Do we have to?
Why?
I kind of don't care about them. But like, I was kind of worried that the because when the previews and trailers are coming out, I thought they were going to do something lame and be like, because it's like, oh, they didn't put April in here. Oh, I bet Webby's April. Oh, I bet Webby's going to join them and be like a girl version of Huey, Dewey, and Louie. But they ended up being like clones, and like it was weird and cool. But I'm glad it wasn't that.
It's really interesting how like they take so much from like the legacy of like Donald Ducks and Friends, and then how they tie it all together and make it work within this universe. It really is like DuckTales and the Rise of Ninja Turtles really had like, or like the two reboots that really go far with like previous concept and like making it their own thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll say it's interesting they showed those two characters in the preview so much. Like they were all over like preview stuff for this episode.
Oh yeah, I mean people are like, oh, like May and June they're coming to DuckTales. Here's their voice actors. Here's here they are in all the trailer shots.
They didn't hide them at all.
They did not.
No.
But I will say, sorry, go on.
I mean, like they were like the first two new things you see in.
Yeah, they are. They're like the new.
I didn't know these characters existed.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I thought these were characters they made up for the show, and then I looked up their Wikipedia page. Like, oh, these are real characters.
I mean,
yeah,
like I remember how like they had like the Three Cavalier shows that was airing along this, and they were like there in the first episode.
They're not just in the first episode. May, June, and July or whatever, or April, whatever. They are major characters in Legend of the Three Caballeros. They are in every single episode. They replace Huey, Dewey, and Louie for Donald. They like are there.
I guess
hanging out.
It makes sense now why Donald tells Daisy they should take them with them now.
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
like I think typically they're referred to as like Daisy's nieces.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they are in Legend of the Three Caballeros. But they're very like they're very samey in that show. Like that's kind of the joke is that they're like triplets. They're kind of how Huey, Dewey, and Louie used to be, but like as girls.
Right.
But they're fun. I like.
Can
them.
I just say I always appreciate when this show has like a badass Donald Duck moment. I always get really excited. We're like, okay, Donald Duck's gonna be badass in this scene. I'm like, oh, thank God.
You know, I sometimes forget that, like, Donald's a pretty badass in this show, huh? It's like really is totally the opposite of like how he's mostly depicted in a lot of things, where he's just like the cowardly Duck. You know, he's pretty badass here because like he has a lot to lose.
Well, I want to talk about in terms of that. I think that this is the first episode where I felt genuinely like in fear. Like I felt like there were real stakes. When by the time Bradford had his fucking cool anime outfit on and he was like, sign this paper, you will never adventure again. And I was like, that's so sad. No, that's his whole thing. I felt so bad.
God, the part where he like grabs Donald and is like gonna drop him, I was like, no, I think I like for one moment like my mind forgot Donald Duck's an iconic brand character they'd never kill, and I was so sucked into the moment like, they're gonna kill Donald.
Yeah, Bradford like holding Donald over the pit that like erases you from existence, and like he's like, make your choice, Donald. I mean, sorry, Scrooge, and I was like, no, oh my God, they're gonna kill Donald, and then after Scrooge signs the paper, he drops him anyway.
Good thing Gyro Gear Loose, that little fruity man, was there to stop the machine.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say in general, I thought Gyro was really fucking funny this whole episode.
Oh yeah, Gyro's I've always enjoyed Gyro.
I love the scene where like he's in the cage and he's trying to tell them what to do, and they say we're children, and he goes, oh yeah. the second they need help, they're children.
Yeah.
He has like the scene where Complex is doing neutral. Like he needs to over-explain something to prove that he's smart.
Oh my god, he's gay duck Jimmy Neutron.
Oh my
What?
god.
I mean, yeah, that's him and his husband, Manny.
Can I also say, you know, some characters, like, you know, they didn't get a really big moment or anything. They didn't appear. But can I just say, Bubba Duck fans, did we win? Or did we win? Look at this major Bubba Duck appearance in the episode.
Go on and just zoom into what you want.
Yeah, let me get
All right.
Bubba Duck.
I can't even see him.
Oh yeah,
This
I see
far
him.
away.
Wasn't there a shot where you could see him like much more clearly?
No. This is the big moment. Bubba fans stay winning.
Joke doesn't work because they literally you can't even see.
No, look, there he is at the top.
Goldie.
Goldie. So let's take a look at this. Is that Mark Beeks right there?
It might
Where?
be.
With that little photo?
Yeah, that looks like him.
Let's go through this. Look at
What the
Webby.
fuck?
She
He
drew
sure
herself. That's nice.
Aw.
Let's go. Look at that. There's April and June. Look at the 3 caballeros. They got a heart with each other. Lou, you won.
I won. Actually, I won for real because like Jose and Pinchito get to sing a song together. So
Yeah.
that's how I won. And then they put him in a cage. I really do hope they
Fooey?
do something with the
Who?
Darkwing Duck.
Oh,
and-
yeah,
and
Fooey.
Gotham.
They noticed. There's Fooey. I didn't notice they wrote fucking Fooey there.
Fooey!
My god.
I think
Fooey's
they're
my
talking about the
named
yellow
Fooey?
one.
There is a character named Fooey. It's the 4th triplet. It's like a joke, a reoccurring joke in the show.
I think Webby put hearts next to best friend on Penny and
Forgot.
Della because she doesn't know what gay people are yet, and she'll learn someday.
Best friends.
Eventually. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's talk about Von Drake quickly.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I love
please,
that guy.
thank you.
He's so funny. I like how he was like, "Hey, we thought you were so dead." It's like I never got to it.
Can I be honest? I think I like literally clapped when he showed up. I got really excited. That was like my like,
Oh,
you know, like
Yeah.
you know, like in Avengers movie, people like clap when like the Avenger characters show up. I did that with like Ludwig von Drake in this episode.
Yeah. Was anyone else a little sad? Like earlier in the series, like they introduced him, but he was like dead already.
Yes.
It's just like, you know, it's like, you know, it's a new iteration of the DuckTales. But like, you know, it's a little sad that he's dead. But now like he's back and he's like
He's back.
he never even left.
He never did.
But it's just
Yeah.
so like again though, it's so sad that he's back at the last possible moment. Like I want more of him now. Like he'd be such a fun character to have the like triplets interact with or
Yeah.
Gyro interact with. Like that'd be fun. Ugh.
Oh, speaking of the
More.
triplets, I was so I made a noise when Louis turned to Dewey Duck and said, "Louis, you have to Dewey it," and that was like the big moment to inspire him.
Well, I feel like they really kind of like found their like their groove, the triplets, in terms of adventuring and getting
Yeah.
into danger and whatnot. And it was just nice. I really like the moment where like Huey's making markings on the wall to like you know, make people follow his path, and then later Louie and Dewey stumble upon it and they like pull out the Junior Woodchuck Guy book and they're like, oh, just like Huey would, and they find him, and it's just nice, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just, you know, on the whole, like we've been saying, this finale left me wanting more than it did. As good as it was, it wasn't enough to make me like not want more of DuckTales. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a problem. Like, I think the show is just too good and like it feels like it has such a longevity to it.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like there's a bunch of things they could still do with it. Yeah. How long did the original show go for? Didn't that run for like a really long time?
It was a popular show. Let's see. Let's do some Googling.
I guess
DuckTales.
the good thing for most of these characters is most of them are legacy characters who we'll see again in other things. But like, man,
Right.
are we ever gonna see Lena ever again? Is she gonna ever appear in anything ever again? You think?
Uh,
Oh, well, hey, I'm looking at this DuckTales 1987. It only really ran till 1990 for like 3 years.
Oh, how many
So-
episodes was that? How many episodes did
that's-
they churn out in that time?
Let's see. Oh, a lot more. Say,
Okay.
65 in just the first season, 10 in the second, 18 in the third, then a movie, and then 7 in the fourth. So it's
Okay.
got the numbers.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm saying is, it's a formula with. I feel like it could last a long time, even like back then when it wasn't as story focused as it is now. Like, now you can do all kinds of like, season arcs that they do. It'd be great to see more of it, but nothing lasts forever. And
It's weird. I wouldn't even say like I want like 2 more seasons or anything. I want like a half a season. It's like would satisfy me probably.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted this season to be about like 5 or 6 episodes longer than it was.
Yeah.
you saying you want it like a sort of a Steven Duniverse future?
Well, like a lot of the issue that my biggest, if I have to get a little nostalgia critic on this show. if I have to get a little just like nitpicky about a children's cartoon, and I know a lot of this is because of like, just the way that the story had to come about, like the limitations of doing a Disney cartoon. I think that in some aspects they might have bit off a little more than they can chew, in terms of that I think they had a lot of ideas for like a ginormous cast. Like there are a ton of characters in this show, and I feel like only half of them really get a complete full arc and like feel like I feel you. Like when we were talking about Ganger earlier, or like I feel like Goldie didn't really get to finish up.
I'll say at the very least, all the main characters do. I would say all the triplets, Della, Scrooge. I feel like they all get complete. It's mostly like the extended cast, which you feel a little like.
It's like did we really? I feel like they tried to kind of do some stuff with that in season 3. Like Gyro, I think in Astro Boy kind of got a bit of an arc where he stopped calling Fenton intern. Like was a bit nicer, and stuff like that. I think Fenton got a little bit of a tiny one. I didn't really think he needed one, but
Penumbra Penumbra got the best episode of the season because that Glomgold in it. Who's my other favorite. I'll say this: when Glomgold ever appears again, and it's not this version of him, I'm gonna be so upset.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious in this show. And
he's
so
fucking
different from.
He's so fucking funny in this show.
You know what I'm sad about?
Yeah,
Shark Bond didn't show up.
he didn't.
Not even one of the cage.
That would have been so funny if Bradford just locked up a puppet.
I want to say the season 2 finale is probably like my favorite episode of the whole show. I think the scene where Glomgold has to like make a plan, and it's the dumbest plan ever, and it's all just like Scrooge is dressed up as Santa to give his company back. I think it's like one of the funniest scenes of the whole show.
It's funny
I watched
because
that
it
one
works.
last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when Scrooge is like, "It's not Christmas," and then Glomgold's like, "Then why is Santa here?"
Like there's just I don't. When I think about some of the potential that they were like trying to, I think they were trying to do like a big, Disney afternoon kind of like powwow jam session where they, they bring in Tailspin and Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
But because Disney's hold on those properties and IPs is so iron tight, they were barely able to do anything with the Rescue Rangers.
Oh god, the Rescue Rangers thing, like that episode's like, oh, I guess they're in this one.
Yeah, like that episode is mainly about like Steel Beacon Launchpad, which is fun and cool. And then like the Rescue Rangers are there for like 5 seconds. It's like
if you aren't like 20 and knew who those characters were, you like kids watching the episode must have been so confused why like these rats are just flying around throughout all of it.
Yeah, it's like funny in that regard. I really like I always say this when I talk about DuckTales. What they did with Darkwing Duck was like really cool and interesting. It's like I want to know what it would be like if we got to see the same treatment with the other like Disney afternoon cartoons.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna put them in, like I like what they did with Cloud Kicker in his one episode.
I feel like you could tell which ones they got more like control over. Like you can tell they got a lot of like control over like the Darkwing stuff in particular. Like you could tell they had a lot of freedom with the Darkwing stuff. They had a lot of freedom with their Tailspin stuff. Like I thought the Tailspin adaptation was very creative. But then like you did like the Rescue Rangers. Like okay, well they're here too, I guess. And then you could like Goofy was like barely in it at all.
Yeah.
It shows that we all miss Max.
Yeah.
Soros are right, but like, we need the original Goofy son.
Uh-huh. This was the show to like acknowledge Goofy's son, Max. The first one since Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas.
I'm surprised they don't more. I feel like people like Max Goof. I'm surprised they don't reference him more.
I feel like maybe they don't want to suggest.
Is he also like really popular in like Disney of Japan?
I was about to say, do you know who next to Orange Bird, Jose and Panchito is popular in Tokyo Disney? Max Goof.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they don't want to acknowledge that Goofy's like a dad. Maybe that they feel like it's a bad look. I don't know.
I don't know why that would be bad though. If they,
I think they just don't want to give him pants.
What?
We're talking about the Mickey Mouse shorts where he doesn't wear pants and he's like a feral-looking animal in those.
Yeah.
Like that Goofy, like you don't want to suggest that Goofy is a dad. Like that's horrifying.
That'd be really funny though.
It'd be tragic. Imagine having that version of Goofy as your dad. Like, and that guy doesn't go home and like take care of a kid.
Oh, you know who I'm surprised never appeared in the show? Pete's never in this show ever.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hey, Goof. Well, he is pretty tied to Goofy and Mickey.
Well, because he's actually in the original DuckTales a few times. That's the only reason I bring it up.
Really?
Yeah, well, they really didn't want to they really weren't allowed at all to use Mickey Mouse. So I feel like Mickey and Pete are kind of adjacent in a way. I feel like they use Pete a lot in a lot of things. So it's kind of weird that they're just being very iron gripped on him. And maybe they just didn't have an idea for him. Maybe they just didn't want to use him.
Do you think
know that their perfect empire, their Disney empire, could crumble at any moment if Peg Leg Pete is not depicted properly in a Disney product?
Well, that's the thing that really kicks them in the teeth, right? Like they could have, like DuckTales 2017 was doing pretty well its first season. People were talking about it, and with Darkwing Duck hinted at a few times, like they really, when it was kind of just more of like a cameo thing before it became an actual thing in season 2, like I feel like they really missed the train to making that kind of like they could have made similar show, like other reboot shows, I guess, that would have maybe kind of revived that. Now, that being said, I really didn't want it to turn into like Avengers style, like let's just put it all together. Like I'd rather them make new stuff like Owl House and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like that could have been a possibility of them making. I guess that's why the Darkwing Duck reboot's coming out now. But
yeah,
I hope that's good.
Darkwing's kind of the only thing I would want to extend from the show, unless they were to like do another season of just this show.
Right.
You don't want a Gummy Bears reboot?
Absolutely not.
They did reference the Gummy Bears in DuckTales, though.
They did.
Yeah, even in the finale.
Oh, you know who they didn't bring back? Remember the fucking underground orb dudes from season 1? They didn't bring them back,
guys.
Oh my! Wasn't that like the 3rd episode or something?
That was like
my favorite boss in DuckTales.
The Terraformians or whatever.
I don't even remember what they looked like. I don't.
They're ugly, and I didn't know what they were when the episode aired because I hadn't played the game yet. Sue me. But I was like, these guys are ugly. What kind of design is this? And then I played the game, and I was like, oh wait a minute, that's what they're from. These guys suck.
I can't even find an image of them in the new show.
They're there. Okay. They had a whole episode.
Yeah, I know they are, but I can't. I'm trying to like put an image of them on screen. Oh yeah, they are. Oh god, they are ugly. I don't like them. I'm glad they never showed. Never mind. I'm glad they did it.
Show.
Yeah, hold on. Do you think they'll ever use Della Duck ever again, or is she gonna only be in this ever?
Oh, that makes me sad to think about. Because if there's like one thing I can say about like this whole show is that I really like what they did with Della Duck and like
Yeah.
her whole kind of character thing. I think she's a very interesting character, like this kind of immature, like fun, like lady who goes on adventures and stuff, and then very suddenly has to be like a mom, and she's like, I don't know how to do this, and it's a fun. I always like, you know, I there's it's not new. Like there's always been stories about mothers who aren't fit to be mothers, but it's always in kind of like a negative context. Like, oh, the mother's like, I don't know, an alcoholic, or she, you know, parties too much, or she, you know, sleeps around, which whatever,
Or-
you know, do you, girl boss. But
Like,
like-
or she's Yuko Iowa.
yeah, what? Yes, but with Della, it's not so much that she doesn't like have the capability of being a good mom, or you know, doesn't want to be a good mom. She's trying, but it's just hard for her. And then when she finally starts to get into the groove of it, you like really feel it. You're like, yeah, this is good. She's like learning what it means to be a mom, and she's like caring about these kids, and it's great.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of characters in this like our original to this are adapted really good in this that I'm gonna be like upset to like we'll probably never get to see in any kind of form like this ever again.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'll be sad we'll never see Della. Like, if we ever see Della again, it probably won't be like this. If we ever see Glomgold again, it won't be like this. We ain't seen Penumbra or Lena ever again.
Oh, no.
Sure.
You won't ever see Shark Bomb
We
again.
won't see fucking Shark Bomb again!
Yeah.
We're never. If they ever use Webby ever again, it's gonna be like so like, oh, here's the fucking baby girl character Webby.
They really, I was really kind of mad when people kept comparing Webby to like Mabel from Gravity Falls when the show first started. Because yeah, you know, I get what the comparisons are coming from, but they are such wildly different characters when you really look at
Webby
it.
Duck is ready to kill. That's the main difference.
Yeah, Webby Duck is ready to murder, and we really do see those kind of little hints. Apparently, they've been planning this for like since season 1. Like they knew they wanted to make like Scrooge and like Webby Scrooge's like clone or daughter or whatever, and I was like, that's a kind of weird but kind of bold thing to do for like Webby of all characters to be like, you know what, we're gonna take this like nothing girl character from like the 80s, the late 80s, early 90s, and make her into the clone of Scrooge McDuck.
It's
so
funny.
you gotta give it to him.
It's funny. You can tell like with this show this show has a lot of respect for so much of like DuckTales history, like so much. But you could tell what they had like content for. Like you could tell they didn't like original Webby. You could tell they fucking hated QuackPack.
Yeah, there's a QuackPack dance in here.
Yeah, he like Scrooge.
This episode.
Donald has like that shirt. He wears a QuackPack, and Della's like, "Don't wear that."
Yeah, it's like until like 1996 or something like that.
They definitely changed Mrs. Beakley.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
She's a great character too. She's really like nuanced in a way.
Yeah.
Of all people, they could have like decided to add a bunch of like, I don't know, things too. They're like, you know, the maid from the original series. Let's make her like a secret agent spy who like stole Webby as a child, you know, to keep her away from the evil organization Foul so that she could raise her, because I guess her daughter died. And it's like, okay, all right.
Yeah, they kind of make Glomgold into a nuanced character too. Like, you know, he likes sharks in this one a lot. That's for sure. You know, he likes Shark Bomb. He's got shark minions. He saved the world from the aliens. That was really nice of him.
Okay,
you think when what's his face? Dewey finally dies of old age, everyone goes like, "Huh?" in honor of him.
No, when Dewey dies, he'll let out one final and then
Scrooge will be
he'll
there.
deflate.
There's a gas escaping from his body.
The gas escaping from Dewey's body will go.
So you're telling me the whole time he was just farting through his mouth?
No.
No one said it was a fart.
Aw,
no
man.
one said that.
Someone said gas.
Whatever it
That's
is.
not. This
Gas.
doesn't.
This is gas. I breathe gas.
Right.
Whatever.
So
Good.
true, that's
Huey, Dewey, and Louie will never be interesting characters ever again.
Oh no, they will not. Oh god. Oh, but hey, it's not all over. There's gonna be an official DuckTales podcast.
What does that mean?
Like, you didn't know about this?
No.
Oh god, I should have mentioned this. So Disney is producing, like, basically, like this podcast, like where the voice actors are like going to, like talk on them and
Oh
like
boy.
as in character.
Oh my
Here,
god.
I'll link it.
Oh.
In
I don't know if I
Discord.
can handle Dewey Duck podcast. I might like lose my mind the entire time with the concept like Dewey Duck in his own little podcast.
Yeah, we should
Yeah, like-
bring him on here.
it's like gonna be like, I guess, different segments and stuff here. Sorry, but it's just gonna be audio based.
Is there any reason
Hannah,
to believe Disney hates DuckTales 20? I don't think they hate it. It's
You know
just a lot of these characters are like legacy characters. They have a very set branding for them.
Mm-hmm.
So
You know what? I'm gonna be a little optimistic. I feel like there's some things in here. I think the show will be looked back fondly enough for them to like, like Della specifically. Like, she was basically wasn't even anything
yeah.
before this show.
Mhm.
So I feel like she might have a pretty good shot of like, I don't know, like maybe she'll be in like a t-shirt.
I'd
I
like
think Launchpad's pretty popular. I think they use him a lot in like the Disney TV bumpers and stuff. So I think he might have some stay.
Yeah.
I'd like to be hopeful. I'd like to believe they'd use these versions of the characters are just like these characters again in general someday, because these are like the best versions of a lot of these characters.
Right. And that's what I'm thinking is like, I don't know, like, are there a lot of people that are really closely sentimental about like the original version of like Launchpad or something? Like, cuz like
And there you got your weirdo people who, as soon as the reboot came out, were like, this character's not like the old one, so I hate it. Like, there are people who don't like new Launchpad. They think he's, quote, too stupid.
right.
Isn't he like always a himbo?
He was always a little stupid, but like his stupidity and like the original stuff, I can only speak more towards Darkwing Duck because I really like Darkwing Duck, like the original series, and him in there, he's dumb, but I do think they dumped him a little bit. He is a lot dumber in DuckTales, the reboot. He was more kind of like I would describe original Launchpad as kind of like a well-meaning jock where he's kind of dumb, but he's like kind of a like, he also is kind of like a womanizer a little bit. He's charming with the ladies, where I wouldn't even begin to think that this Launchpad could woo anybody.
Oh, come on.
Like,
he wooed the heart of Darkwing Duck.
Not intentionally.
Yeah, not intentionally.
Can I bring up something? This has nothing to do with the finale, like the final episode, but it's an
Yeah.
episode I watched today.
Yeah.
That like that guy, like the witch guy, he turned into a crow.
Yeah.
It's such a like, it is such a like bait character, isn't it?
Oh, well, we didn't talk about Poe.
Now, bait for what you mean? Story bait or like kin bait?
No, I mean just like fan bait.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. Well, because him as the crow, that's his original design, Poe. That's what
That's
it
a
looked
real.
like.
See, I didn't even.
Yeah,
There's so much stuff in
he's
the show
never
that I
he's
don't
never
even-
looked he's never looked like that before, as far as we know, at least. As far as I know, at least. I'm not as versed in the like magic like comic stuff or whatever. But he's basically only been, I think, as far as I know, known as his crow form. He was like a familiar for Magica, and then they were like, let's put him in like the second to last episode of DuckTales, give him a duck form.
I'll say this: that was probably a story. Like, we talked about they laid the ground to like want people to want more. I feel like that was one of those things too. Like, ooh, maybe if we get another season, you'll see more of Poe.
Yeah,
He
it's like
was
the
the-
search for Poe, and then it pans over to like a big valley, and and then the big crow working on the fields, he suddenly looks up and he's like, "I have a son." Or what?
Well, Poe was the character. I shit you not. I've known about Poe for months. I have a friend who had insider information who told me about him, and I was like, oh my god, people are going to lose their mind over this character. But they didn't tell me when he appeared. So I was just spending the entirety of season 3
my
like,
God.
when is this guy going to show up? And I was like, if he shows up like early season 3, like, so, people are gonna, talk about him for the whole entire run, and he's gonna be like a big character. And then it turns out he's only in the second to last episode for like 5 minutes, and then he gets turned into a crow.
Like I said, I feel like that was intentional to like make people like make a hashtag for more DuckTales or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give them their bait character right at the end. Oh my gosh.
Hey,
There really wasn't a character like him. Like, I feel like not really.
Well, come on. What about Gyro Gearloose?
I mean, okay, Gyro Gearloose is probably the closest to bait character that you could get.
Pretty little gay man character.
Yeah.
It's good bait, I have to say.
Not bad. Not half
bad. When Penumbra appears on a DuckTales comic randomly 20 years from now, I'll win.
But yeah, I think that there's hope for a lot of these characters. Maybe not so much for some, just because they only really work in this universe, in this story.
Well, the good news for me, at least, is Sam King got to unleash all the art I knew she had the entire time. Right when the finale dropped, I knew she had it. She got to finally post it.
I always wondered I was like, I know she ships this. Why is her art so tame? And then the finale dropped, and then she's like, okay, now that nobody can be gay baited anymore, here's all the art I drew.
Oh my god!
You think if the show got another season, since these are two characters they'll never use again, they would have gone for it, or do you think they would have?
I don't think they're allowed to. Like, even Gravity Falls wasn't allowed to have like a background lesbian characters.
But they got remember the two dads with the shirts pointing at each other, so you knew they were the gay dads.
They were that's the closest they got for actual gay representation, and those dudes didn't say shit.
They were trying so hard. I respect it, but they were trying so hard to let everyone know, like, these are the dads. They got I'm with dad shirt. These are the gay dads. Don't make any mistake.
Make yourself clear, I guess, if we're gonna do it. But yeah, I don't think there's hope for mother of the Donald Duck triplets being gay.
Della? No, absolutely not. She's too close. She's too close to the main cast.
Yeah. I mean, if she's gay, like you might as well have Donald catch it,
Whoa, let's take one back. Maybe they should make Donald Duck a little gay.
I think they should too.
You could bring his boyfriend home, and the dude, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, now I got two uncles."
That's how we do it. It's
Who should Donald get? Oh, the Storkules. Yeah.
Yeah, Storkules.
You bring Storkules home.
I thought Storkules has in Launchpad. It's a big Undertale moment. Storkules has like a line that he says, or because he's in one of the cages, and he's like, truly a most noble spirit. And I'm like, huh? Has Storkules and Launchpad ever? No, they haven't interacted before. I want to see them interact together more.
Yeah, no, just two dudes.
Just two dudes.
Just two guys being dudes. Just guys being dudes.
Well, actually, what's I can't believe I forgot this. They actually were going to have Storkules, in that episode where he like moves into Donald's houseboat. They were going to have Storkules be a more reoccurring character.
Oh my god.
Frank one of the writers of the show, he made like a Twitter thread where he talked about some stuff, and this was like a while ago. But they literally decided that having like Launchpad and Storkules, like they kind of fulfilled the same like role character wise, so they couldn't have that happen. So they kind of scrapped that idea.
And we're ready for the double himbo explosion.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the show does have a lot of even just like main characters that it focuses on. There's a good number of them. Like,
no, there's a loaded cast.
Yeah, and I, just speaking for the show in general, I think it's just so impressive that they managed to like do the Donald Duck triplets in a way where they're like distinct from one another.
Mhm.
And like they were very able to like have episodes where like, oh, Louis in this one, but the other two not really.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to be
Mhm.
like a full package kind of thing.
Okay, but you know what's sad?
Yeah.
You know who didn't get to
What?
be in the finale?
Who?
Doofus Drake. He was not in the finale. Now, he was in the second to last episode, and he was a major character in that episode, but come on, you're gonna just put him in a cage for me just for fun.
Put him in a cage. Come on.
Guys,
just
I'm
put him in a little
gonna
cage.
scream. They didn't put Watermelon Mickey Mouse in the finale.
I mean, technically they did.
Did they?
Did they?
What?
Yeah, he was on the screen.
Oh yeah, he was.
Oh,
when they
he
were showing
was.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
clips.
They didn't.
I
They should
tried-
have done something where like they got the seeds and they zapped them and it turned into like a watermelon Mickey Mouse.
They didn't put the ponies from the golfing episode. in
God.
this.
Hey, so for Doofus Drake's fans,
Yeah.
Yeah.
check out that link.
What link?
What?
Okay, I'm gonna click on this. Products: Doofus Drake zip hoodie from janoshirt.com.
Start
Oh, boy.
scrolling down.
Okay. Oh.
This
Oh,
page.
boy.
This page is not loading for me. Oh, there we go.
Oh boy.
What's
I
happening?
need to screenshot what Rosa has linked me to. She has somehow managed to find a apparel of Doofus Drake clothing for everything ever. Would you wear this?
Let me see. Maybe the t-shirt.
Maybe
They have
the
leggings.
t-shirt.
The leggings, definitely the leggings.
I think Doofus Drake is such a funny character. Well, I think they gave him a full arc, which I think is funny.
They did.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Wasn't there like that one art of him eating someone? Like
Yeah,
in the
his
Chronos.
dad. There was somebody drew art of him eating his dad. Yeah.
What?
So you know, like that one artwork of like Kronos eating his kids.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Imagine that, but it's Doofus Drake and his butler dad.
Yeah. Okay.
CG, it's so fancy.
You know, the Doofus didn't get to appear again.
That's true. They put Doofus Schwartz in the show.
Yeah.
They didn't put Lupin the Third Dog in this final episode.
They didn't put the Sailor Moon dog from the Tokyo episode in here either. Or that cop.
They didn't put Roxanne.
They didn't put Mama Cabrera.
I
She
know.
wasn't in that.
Yeah, she's not in the episode. That's like a decently major character too, isn't
She
it?
was in the season 2 finale. She was like a big player in the season 2 finale.
There's a lot. There's a few characters you can tell. They like, this episode is so loaded. We cannot fit anyone else into this.
We cannot put Mama Cabrera in.
We can't put. There's no fucking room for fucking Mark Beeks in this at all.
Well,
couldn't
I think
get a
I
look
said
at
I like
him.
it.
You know, we couldn't get a look
Yeah.
at him like looking at his phone.
Yeah.
You know,
I think Mark Beeks should have been part of the villain team that got possessed and then attacked, and then he could have just fallen over immediately.
or at least he could like just say, "Hey, is there any Wi-Fi here?
Yeah, I did like.
Any Wi-Fi in the cage.
Any Wi-Fi?"
I like how at the end when Bradford has lost and all that, and like the kind of classic like the reoccurring villains all show up and they're like, you kind of suck, Bradford, for this one. Like why are you trying to ruin the fun? Like Ma Beagle and Glomgold and Magic, as much as they hate Scrooge and all this stuff, I don't think they would ever do something like this.
Yeah.
Like what Bradford did.
No,
Like Bradford
yeah.
wanted to literally like erase them all, and Glomgold and Ma Beagle and Magic would have been like, well, what's the fun in that? What, this is like a game we play. Like we do this every weekend. Like
I like when like
Grow
shows
up.
go on for a bit and like the dynamic with the villain characters become the villains are like having fun with it.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I'll
I
say
just thought that was a nice moment.
I had one more thought about the episode, but we got so sidetracked. I think I wish the episode like maybe like 5 or 10 more minutes in it for like breathing room at the end.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like I said, right when the action wraps up, like the episode, there's like 2 minutes left, and then like it just ends. And the credits are very cute, don't get me wrong, but like I kind of wish, as much as I joke about this stuff, I think maybe there should have been, you know, a regular show We Could Be Hero sequence.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you were talking about that. You kept talking about that. Like,
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Yeah. No.
No, but I do think stuff like the easiest way to make me cry in your finale is if you do like a come along with me sequence from Adventure Time and you show all the characters for like one last time. That's the easiest way to like make me emotional about a finale.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that is a
Technically,
really
we did
easy
get
like.
that within falling out of the sky.
Yeah, kind of, but that was mostly like the main cast
Yeah.
that was already in the episode.
They could have had like, you know, they could have cut to the terraformians in the cave. They would have been bouncing around or something. That would have been, you know, real nostalgia bomb moment.
Mark B could like dropped his phone.
Yeah, that's what they could have put Mark Beeks. They could have put him in the come along with me sequence and he plug his iPhone in.
Or like just put it in Bryce.
Yeah.
All right, we've run pretty long. I feel like most of the stuff we watched or played this week was DuckTales, but I know Rosa had something she wanted to talk about that she played this week.
Make sure you take down the DuckTales spoiler talk so that people can hear what Rosa did.
Oh, okay, of
All
course.
right, so let me give you all. Let me give a few seconds.
I want to make sure I don't accidentally remove fruit.
Don't you dare.
I want to keep the backyardigans there too. You ready? You ready, Rosa?
Yeah. So
Alright.
I started playing this game called Going Under.
Oh.
Okay.
So basically, it's a roguelike dungeon crawler game where you play as an intern who recently graduated from school and is forced to fight monsters in a dungeon and collect ancient artifacts. So far, there's about like 3 dungeons plus like a last one. And I'm just currently trying to get like all the mentors upgrade. There's this character that looks like Aaron Hansen.
Oh, okay.
Is that why you wanted to talk about
Is that the main reason? Was that the main reason you wanted to talk about it so you could bring that up?
No, that was just an extra, but though surely reveling that like they start talking about like bitcoins and how stupid that is.
It is. It is stupid.
It really is. It really is. Well, yeah, it's a pretty fun time. It seems like it's very short, and a lot of the longevity comes from like trying to complete like the mentor challenge and getting all the unlockables. But yeah, it's been a fun time.
Oh, I've seen this game before. I looked it up. I've seen this before.
Yeah.
All right, I'm glad you're enjoying that, Rosa.
I am too.
I hope you beat it because you're better at video games than me most of the time. Except when adjust my tie, spit in my hands, put my hair back. We're playing Mario Party 6 for the GameCube.
Fuck off.
Imagine we had that on stream.
Don't even get me started on that game.
Can I tell the story of the night me, Rosa, Lou, and Aiden were playing Mario Party 6?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the other night we were playing Mario Party 6 to try to test something out for a stream. I wanted to see if you could do 8-player. If I wanted to see if you could do 8-player Mario Party 7 over Parasec, it didn't work. So we just ended up playing a regular game, Mario Party. We went to Fair Square, and here was the stats at the end of the game. Just soak that in for a second.
I'm Boo, by the way.
I'm told it.
This game was rigged. This game absolutely was rigged.
So let me explain the play-by-play of what happened in this game. So in Fair Square, at nighttime, stars could become different prices. They could be anywhere from 5 to 40 coins. And on the first night cycle, they were like 40, so I skipped out on that. And then the night cycle became 5 coins, and at that point, I had bought nothing the entire game and stole coins from Lou. So I had about 100 coins and like 2 mushrooms. So I looped around the little circle and got 10 stars, and so that happened. And then Aiden led on a question mark space where everyone puts 1 star in, and then one person gets 4. I won that, And then
Twice!
Aiden, no, I was going to say,
Yeah,
and then
I was close to winning.
Aiden did it again, and I won again. And then I bought more stars, and then I did a double, like, 1 star and a 2 minigame event, and the game ended like this.
It was the most depressing game. I have been playing Mario Party my whole life. I have never, ever gotten stopped this badly. I was absolutely livid. Even looking at this image makes me so mad.
Yeah, I was going through a rough one in the beginning, but it turned around, and it's like, you know what? I'm happy that everyone else is losing under me.
I don't know about everyone else. I had a great time playing this one.
Well, that's great, Ryan. Remedy.
See, the downfall is when we do that birthday Mario Party stream now, I'm gonna get on stream and embarrass myself so badly and lose. When we're like recording.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
We'll see.
You think you're gonna win?
Yeah.
Well. That's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute you think that.
I've never played Mario Party.
Have you not? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna invite someone else who hasn't played. I still haven't picked a 4th player yet for like the stream. I should invite someone else who hasn't played, so I can defeat everyone and feel great and amazing.
I don't ever want to play Mario Party with you ever again, so don't even worry about it.
Andrew.
Dang.
All right. Did anyone else watch or play anything they feel like talking about, or should we just move on to the question?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, okay, I'll talk. Can I talk about Resident Evil 2 for a little bit?
I guess. I mean, we only talk about baby shows on here, but if you want to talk about your Red Dead game,
well. So I like Resident Evil. I've always been a fan. When the remake for 2 came out, I played it and I had a really great time. But I only ever played Leon's campaign. I never went back and played Claire's campaign because there's 2 in the game. So recently I went back and I played it, and it's a lot harder. They like there's a lot of things that are different, and there's new sections of the game that I haven't experienced before. So it's like I already absolutely adored playing through Leon's campaign. So it's like going back to a game I already played, but like there's new stuff that was already there that I just never would have got around to playing. So it's a present to me. So I've been enjoying it. I know that everyone here is a baby and doesn't like to play big, scary horror games, but I genuinely think Resident Evil 2 Remake is definitely one that I would like if you wanting to kind of dip your toe a little bit into that like genre. I think it works really well as kind of a starter because it's relative. I would say it's relatively easy if you play it on easy or normal or whatever. I don't even know if there's difficulty. I think there's difficulty settings, but you just played like the regular version. There's always ammo around. There's always like health items. Like even if you get hit a lot or you get bit a lot, there's like it is pretty lenient, and I think that's nice. I think it's scary, but I think it's a good thing to dip your toe in.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's all I've been doing.
Okay.
I've been playing Guitar Hero. I always play Guitar Hero, though. That's not new.
Wait, you're playing Guitar Hero?
I always play Guitar Hero. I haven't.
You've never mentioned this to me ever before.
Really?
No.
Oh, wait, I think you mean Rhythm Heaven.
No, I'm talking about Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero 3 specifically on the Wii. I really like that game. That's why I play it sometimes, and it's just like when I'm chilling and I'm bored, so I'll just play some Guitar Hero.
Tell everyone about Tap Trope.
I'm sorry?
Tell everyone about Tap Trope.
I was playing Rhythm Heaven Fever for some people in a Discord call, and I was getting frustrated because I was playing Tap Troop, and Rosa and I think and Gert and Ryan, were you doing it too?
What?
Some people were...
yeah, the Arlo voice?
Yeah, people were doing Arlo impressions while I was trying to perfect Tap Troop, and it was making me so angry that I couldn't focus and I kept messing up. And then Rosa was like, I'm making something for you, and then told me to load some custom textures like the next day, and it was a custom Arlo Tap Troop Rhythm Heaven like mod.
Ready and tap tap tap.
It was horrible.
Okay. I like it when Arlo hands go, someone goes, okay, and got him.
Yeah, it's
Is that
like
real?
Tap Troop, but it's Arlen. No, it's real. Do you have like? I think Ryan posted a video
Yeah.
of it.
What?
But-
I didn't know this.
I can post it again later.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, wow!
Oh right! Wow.
Wow, this is the chorus!
I love singing rhythm.
Alright, we can do questions now.
Yeah, let's discuss questions.
Alright,
We
this
will
is,
end-
this is the part of the... Why you sound so, like, upset about it?
I'm not upset. I don't know. Tommy's tired today. I don't know.
Alright, this is the part of the
Just chill
show.
out, Ryan.
You can ask us any question and we'll answer it.
Yeah.
Can I ask you all a question before why everyone else is, like, kind of typing theirs?
Sure.
Did Fix-It Felix participate in discrimination?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Can you
I mean-
elaborate?
Did he actively participate in the discrimination of Wreck-It Ralph?
Okay, here's what I'll say. Fix-It Felix is one of those people who, like, if he saw bullying happening, he wouldn't like it and he'd feel uncomfortable with it, but he wouldn't do anything about it. Or he doesn't like to change the status quo.
Yeah, you know what? I think he has a nice job. He likes the fame and reputation he gets from it. And he doesn't want anyone to like feel bad necessarily, but he also doesn't want to screw up the good deal he's gotten in life.
Yeah.
Now, Hannah brings up a point. He was negligent, which is part
Negligent.
of negligent, which is part
Okay,
of
whatever.
discrimination.
So yes, he is. He is.
Yeah.
Yes. Then I
Like I
agree.
said, yeah.
All right, good to know.
Oh yeah, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game.
Dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. I was really pleased to see that. I'm a very big fan of specifically Turtles in Time. It's one of my all-time favorite video games, and to see that they're like doing basically another one,
Yeah.
but like cool and the sprite works great. It just looks fun. I'm excited.
It's like the Mania treatment.
Yeah, basically, I'm excited. It looks like it's got some new stuff, some quality of life adjustments. It's looking pretty good.
Man, that Battletoads game just came and went.
Yeah. Don't make fun of me.
Uh-oh, if we're making fun of Ryan, we're not gonna
Leave me alone.
we're reading words out loud. I'm sorry, Ryan. I don't mean it.
No. Oh right. Oh
I'm
Ryan.
Oh, and then I walk up to you and I press A, and then you go.
Rosa, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm bringing in my new arcade stick.
Oh,
It sounds like
okay.
you're typing on a keyboard made out of potato chips.
Oh yeah, this is arcade stick.
What's Lou's
okay.
favorite Guitar Hero song?
Oh, Cliffs of Dover. That's one of my favorites. And also, it's like Surfing with an Alien or something, which is like, I think it was like an online thing you can get or something. I know it's available on the Guitar Hero arcade machines. I don't know how to get it on my Wii, but I love that song. It's like Surfing with an Alien or something. But Cliffs of Dover is like one of my all-time faves. I love doing that one.
No one ever told me how to play Guitar Hero. They'd give me the guitar, and they'd be like, all right, play it. And I'd never get any of the notes because I didn't know you had to strum it.
They were trolling you.
I really want to. I'm getting so antsy now. I just want to go play Guitar Hero.
Oh my gosh, did we talk about the new Space Jam stuff? Did we talk about any of that?
Do we really want
Lola's
to talk
top
about
surgery.
Lola Bunny's
I
titty
kinda really-
controversy?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta let people know what our thoughts on that is. They
What
want
are-
to know, clearly.
All right, what are your thoughts on Lola Bunny's titty controversy?
Stupid. Stupid. Who
It's dumb.
cares? Who cares? Who cares?
Can I just say? Can I make a stand right here? Pepe Le Pew was one of the shit Looney Tunes. I don't give a shit if they ever use him again.
I'm gonna. Well, I just smashed my desk so hard my mic unplugged. And I had to, like.
He was also like the worst character in back in action.
I think that it's stupid to like call attention to like the fact that you just removed him when you just could have had him as a background character. Like, who cares? It's Pepe.
What are you talking about?
They barely
Pepe.
they didn't use him.
Oh, they canceled him.
They didn't use him in like the Looney Tunes show like at all. He's in like one episode, and he's fine in it. It's whatever.
I don't know why there's such a controversy. People don't even like him. Like nobody cares about him.
Is he?
And they're,
All
like,
he
making a
does is
big
shit
stink
his
about this.
pants.
Is he anyone's favorite? Like when you think of your favorite Looney Tunes, you know, you got Bugs, you got Daffy, you got Porky Pig, you got you know, even maybe like Yosemite Sam, you got Marvin the Martian. Has anyone ever said Pepe Le Pew's my favorite?
I mean, he's
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody cares about these characters. Like, nobody cares about Dora until they give her a cell phone, and then suddenly it's the Antichrist because nobody cared about Pepe Le Pew until they took him out of Space Jam 2, and then everyone wants to come for it, and then nobody gave a shit about Lola Bunny. Nobody ever gave a shit about Lola Bunny until they took her boobies away, and now everybody has to make a stance about it.
I think
Nobody
what's even
cares.
Funnier, I think what's even funnier is like the comparison shot they use isn't even official artwork. It's just fan art.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So about Mr. Potato. How about that?
I don't want to talk about Mr.
Potato.
When are they gonna drop
for Lola's top surgery?
When are they gonna drop a trailer for Space Jam 2? Like, they keep like teasing it, like they'll release like screenshots and info, but they'll never actually drop a trailer for it.
I don't know why, because it would go viral in an instant. Even just screenshots of like this shit has gone viral like instantly. They're gonna make so much stupid money off of Space Jam 2.
Maybe they're
It
just
makes me
trying out
angry.
maybe they're just trying out like a new marketing thing to see like if they do it like this, will it garner more like conversation? You know, if you just drip feed us like, you know, little like, oh, maybe you could see, is that the Flintstones car in the background? I don't know.
Is that Jabberjaw?
Nintendo in the Discord said they're gonna drop a trailer tomorrow just to spite us. They're gonna drop the Space Jam 2 trailer.
I hope they do. I hope to God they do. This
Speakquel.
What?
Speakquel in chat?
Huh?
Speakquel in chat?
Oh my god, Lisa's first word.
Maggie, stop, whatever.
You need to talk about the Herculoids?
Renee, why are you using the Speakquel account? Don't you have your own? Why are you using our podcast account? Renee!
They're transmissioning from the
How do you know it's
Speakquel.
Renee?
They said it was! They literally said this is Renee!
So
Yeah, I don't believe you. It's not with Renee.
in the background of one of the Space Jam 2 scenes, you could see a character who appears to be from the Herculoids. And
Okay.
and I'm so excited to see the Herculoids on the big screen.
Oh, the Herculoids, guys! This is the Herculoids.
Wait, Gleep and Gloop? The Gleep and Gloop, the slimes, the Hanna-Barbera slime? I always wanted to eat those things.
Shmoo?
Shmoo!
I mean, I think you could just slurp those little Gleep and Gloops, you know, just slurp them out like jelly. They look tasty. I bet they taste like vanilla.
I can't wait for the part in the trailer where Bugs is like,
Yeah, let's kick things up a notch.
and then they like jump through like the Warner Media portal, and then they turn into like CGI textured characters.
Oh my god.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I feel like there's gonna be like 10 minutes of like, you know, traditionally animated Looney Tunes.
I'm almost certain it's gonna skew way more towards the CG. The 2D stuff's there to like make people who care about the movie for like 3 seconds, and it's like, nah, they're gonna be CG for that whole fucking movie. I'm telling you.
Yeah, which I mean, you know, I guess there's a lot more people with training in putting CGI characters in like
Just
live
moves.
action than because like when's the last Roger Rabbit kind of thing
Oh,
that's ever come out?
Tom and Jerry, but not really.
Yeah, but even that was like CGI. So
Yeah.
it's like there's probably just more confident in like computer animator. Like we have a bunch of these guys. We fired all our 2D guys. Those guys are like on TV. They're
I
on
think-
HBO Max. That's like low grade.
I think Hannah knows more about the Herculoids than anyone I've ever talked to.
What the
Best part
heck?
of Hercules is how literally nothing is ever a threat to any of them. A monster shoots lasers at the rock ape and it just doesn't react. Then Gleep and Gloop strangling it to death.
Oh.
What is this?
This is gonna
All I
happen.
remember from the Gleep and Gloop things I don't
Yeah.
know
This sounds like
anything
a
about the
fake.
schmooze.
It's like a fake show, like Clarence or something.
I like this thing Nick said in the Discord. They kick it up a notch and Slash can be seen in the background.
Kick it up a notch.
Yeah,
That's a good
pick it up the
fake joke.
evil.
You wouldn't get that, Lou.
Either way, I want to eat Gloop and Gloop.
Thanks, see. I thought it was the fifth Beatle, and here you have these jokes that I don't understand.
I want to eat the Gloop and Gloop. They taste like marshmallow vanilla.
Stop eating Hanna-Barbera characters.
Well,
Honestly, I
Just
think
those, just those things, you know.
I've thought about eating shmoo at least once.
Oh,
I don't know if I
don't doubt
would,
you.
but I've thought about it.
I
You
don't
know-
know. I don't know. Schmooze sort of just comes out of the well.
you know what I've always wanted to like take a bite of? You know, like in Team Fortress 2 when the characters get uber charged? I wanted to eat
Yes.
an uber charged Merc. I wanted to like take a bite out of them.
What's your favorite fictional soda brand from a cartoon? Purple Flurp. Wanted that so bad.
Mm.
I could really go for
Any Slurm
I-
fans?
what?
Honestly, Slurm are pretty good.
I think I want to try the fizzles from whatchamacallit going under.
You know, I'm a fan of Adventure Time. I would say Super Porp, but we gotta give some love to Cherry Pep.
I was gonna say Pep from DuckTales also. And
Yeah.
the cherry variety specific.
You know what soda I've never wanted to drink? The soda they drink in Invader Zim called like poop.
Oh yeah, that's disgusting.
I don't want to drink that.
It looks like it tastes like Coke or Pepsi.
I've
Maybe
always
both
imagined
if you mix it.
I've always imagined it being like a flat, like Tootsie Roll tasting, kind of like just disgusting, like overly sweet. I don't know. Pit soda from Gravity Falls. That's actually, I would drink that. I think.
With the pit or without the pit?
Oh, with a pit, you gotta have that, texture, flavor.
Anyone here
I forgot
want
a word. I don't know, like.
Hey,
I'm not grateful
anyone
today.
want to drink some Flamin' Moe's?
It's not even a soda.
I
Well,
know.
No, it's not. Okay. Oh, you're trying so desperately for Mo to be a big like character on our podcast.
What? No.
You know what I realized that we never mentioned?
What?
Undertale on the Xbox.
Cool.
I don't know what to say
Features
about that.
gambling.
I like the trailer. They had the
trailer.
the trailer. Oh, I told you guys I'm ready to start the new trailer for the new part of your game.
Let me give it a shot.
We have another question for Orange Life Citrus. I'm not reading it.
I like this one. I want to question because I have thoughts about this. There is a trend in media now. I feel like everything involves the multiverse, and I've begun to get tired of it.
Yeah.
Oh, watch out, Phineas and Ferb fans.
It's just one of those. There's media always has like things that they just get really fixated on for some reason. Like there was the zombies in like the early 2010s, late 2000s. What was the one like? I feel like there's some. Well, I guess superheroes. So yeah, big one. But right now I feel like multiverse. Yeah, there's a lot of like multiverse kind of things.
We're so fucked when like Marvel starts their multiverse thing. We're so fucked. Everyone's gonna do it after that.
I mean, they.
Oh yeah, that's the floodgates.
I mean, they kind of have been in a way.
When they like start really indulging in like characters going to alternate universe and stuff, that's when we're doomed. Like when that becomes like a big central thing, we're fucked. Everything's gonna be multiverse.
Here comes the zombie.
Well, what's funny about Marvel stuff is that I feel like a good majority of people can acknowledge that, it's starting to get old. Like even people who liked it at some point. And I definitely feel like the interest in it is waning in some ways, but at the same time, every time Marvel releases something, it makes a absolute shitload of money. So why would they ever stop? And they're not going to until they stop making money. And everyone is like, "Oh, it's cool because then we get really cool avant-garde shit like WandaVision." I'm like, WandaVision's barely avant-garde. It's the most like it's so just it's so safe.
WandaVision's avant-garde if you only watch like big Marvel type shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you don't watch anything but big blockbuster. And it's not to say that WandaVision's not good. It's probably pretty good. I haven't watched all of it, but it's also very like safe and like it's just good, I guess. It's just all right.
Yeah,
it's not like they're not doing
alright.
anything like you know.
What do you mean?
Incredible.
All right.
You know, though, I think Vision in the sweater will have a big cultural impact.
Yeah, I like Vision. I do like him.
Well,
Well,
his
that's the thing is
sweater.
that they have
His
his sweater's fine. There's likable
Turtleneck?
characters in the Marvel cinematic universe that you can
Professor
you know,
Hulk.
yeah, like Professor Hulk is great. I love that guy. But there's just
Best of
I'm
both
just
worlds.
I'm getting so tired of it. I just
What
don't
about-
care about any of them
What
anymore.
about Dr. Groot?
But it's gonna go get more multiverse. The only thing I care
Yeah.
about in terms of multiverse is Into the Spider-Verse 2. It's the only thing I care about.
You know, Sonic Prime is doing that.
Mhm.
Can't wait till the
Um,
Yokai Watch does the multiverse episode, and it's really underwhelming. 'Cause they'll do it eventually.
Okay.
Put that in your
Alright,
bingo chart. My Ryan Ribbity expresses disappointment.
Yeah.
I hope the end
Uh,
like Dr. Groot.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what I
okay.
think of it. It's I don't know. It's just I don't know what to say about the multiverse. It's
Okay.
out there.
All right.
Can you believe it?
We're past the 2-hour mark. I think it's time to start wrapping up. Anyone, any final words they want to say before we end the funny show?
Did you have a cartoon that your parents
I-
like other people?
We can't do another full question. We got to wrap up.
Futurama.
Ryan's got to. I'm
What?
at my wit's end. I don't know what's up with
Yeah,
me.
I think we're all a little exhausted. I think it's time to start wrapping up.
I will say this as a final thought.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched DuckTales, and you haven't even given it a chance, this is a good time. You could catch up. You could just watch it all in once. I like watching shows sometimes when they're already done. You don't have to wait for anything. You just like go through it. Have a fun time. Watch it all. It's over now. Have a fun time. Go do it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yuko Iowa is
Julia.
the opposite of Della Duck.
Watch out for the Herculoids.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
All right, everyone. Before we're gonna go, but I have a special surprise I'm gonna put on the screen. But we're done. So say goodnight, everyone.
Good
Good night,
night.
everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Night night.